Don't you just love it when things fall perfectly into place? Recently we've had something like that happen here at MCrider, and today I want to tell you about it. I get a lot of emails and requests from companies that want to sponsor videos here on MCrider. Most of the time they're not a good fit for what I do here, or they're products that I don't believe in or have any experience with. But recently I was contacted by a motorcycle insurance company and they wanted to sponsor a couple of videos here on MCrider. When I looked through the details of who was reaching out to me, it was my insurance company. And the best part is, I like my insurance company. Initially I went with this insurance because they offered the same policy that I was getting elsewhere at a significant savings. So they've saved me money over the years, but what has helped me stay with them is when I need support, I can pick up the phone and I can talk to a real person. To me, that means a whole lot, knowing that I can pick up a phone and get a real person on the other end of the phone. So today I want to talk to you about Dairyland Motorcycle Insurance and thank them for sponsoring this video and a future video here on MCrider, and we'll talk about that future one here in a minute. But today I just want to tell you about my experience with them, and we'll discuss some ways that you may be able to save money on your insurance and the types of coverage that are available to you. So I've been with Dairyland Insurance for a few years now, and I initially reached out to them to get a quote and compare it with the previous company that I was with. And the folks at Dairyland came back with a much more affordable quote than I was getting for the same insurance elsewhere. But another thing that I appreciated was having a real person on the other end of the phone. And this is not only true whenever I set up my policy, but also when I've sold or bought a motorcycle and needed to make changes to my policy. They've always been easy to get hold of and easy to deal with. But every state in the U.S. has different requirements when it comes to insurance, so I encourage you to call Dairyland and discuss the details with them. You can also go to mcrider.com/Dairyland, and I'll forward you directly to their website, and you can see if you can save some money on your insurance as well. They've got a ton of information on the different types of insurance that they offer to help educate you on all the options that are available to you. Insurance starts with liability. It's pretty standard for most insurance that they offer some form of liability, and most states require liability coverage at a minimum, but there's a whole lot that goes into getting the right protection for you, your passenger, your motorcycle. So depending on whether you own your motorcycle outright or you're financing it, whether you frequently ride with a passenger or by yourself, and I would say how much you have personally invested in your motorcycle and any of the accessories that you have installed on the bike will determine the optional coverages that you want in your policy as well. Now, I don't claim to be a motorcycle insurance expert by any means, but I do know how to pick up a phone, so when I was shopping for insurance a few years ago, I appreciated the customer support that I got from the folks at Dairyland. So one of the things that I really liked about the coverage that I got was the optional equipment coverage. I don't tend to make a whole lot of cosmetic changes to the motorcycles I ride. If I do make changes, it'll be more of a change of function for me rather than, form. I look for things that make the motorcycle ride better for me or more comfortable. But even some of those functional changes that you can make to a motorcycle can really start to add up in cost. On the Indian Challenger, I've made quite a few changes. I added lowers for better wind protection. I added a rear trunk for more luggage capacity. I added lights for better visibility. I swapped out the handlebars so they'll reach back further to me, make it more comfortable for me to ride, and I added a Mustang seat for better comfort. All that stuff is not inexpensive, but I'm glad that it's covered under my policy on the Challenger. For riders who add custom paint or wheels or who knows what else to their motorcycle, all of those add-ons, especially the cosmetic stuff, can really get expensive, and you want to make sure that all of that is covered under whatever policy you currently have. It can make a big difference if you ever need to make a claim whether or not they're going to cover all of those aftermarket accessories. So like I said earlier, initially I went with Dairyland Insurance for my 3 motorcycles because they offered me the best rate that I was getting elsewhere for the same coverage. But they also offer a lot of discounts that you may be eligible for, things like a multi-cycle discount if you're a homeowner. If you're a member of the Harley Owners Group, they've got loyalty discounts. They offer transfer discounts from other insurance companies. And my favorite is they offer a rider course discount. Since MCrider is all about helping riders become better on their motorcycle, the folks at Dairyland Insurance recognize this as well, and they offer discounts to riders who've recently taken an MSF course. So give them a call and see if you're eligible for this discount or any of the other ones. I really appreciate the fact that a company like this sees the value in what MCrider teaches to the writing public. You know, I always say that the members and subscribers of MCrider are some of the best people I know in the motorcycle industry, and I'm happy to see that a company like this recognizes that as well. So Dairyland Insurance is also sponsoring me on a 3-day motorcycle tour. We'll do a follow-up video on that in a few weeks. We had some discussions about where to go, and I wanted to get back down to the Texas Hill Country, so we'll make it an all-Texas motorcycle tour. We'll ride back down through into the Texas Hill Country to some roads called the Twisted Sisters. We'll see some of the sights in that area, and we'll put a road trip video together for you that'll be coming out in a few weeks. I know it'll be a whole lot of fun for me to get back down to the Texas Hill Country. I've not been down there in a while, and I'm sure that you'll enjoy seeing some different scenery from what I normally get to ride in as well, in and around the Fort Worth, Texas area. So I really encourage you to see if Dairyland can save you some money. Just give them a call. They offer a whole lot of options for your coverage. It can be tailored to your specific needs, so you can get the coverage that you want and need and don't pay for the rest of it. Don't forget to ask about all the discounts that they offer as well and see which of those you qualify for. Over the years, I've had more than a few riders ask me which insurance company I use, and for the last few years, that answer has been Dairyland Insurance. So I'm happy to recommend them to you today as well. I really want to encourage you to give them a call and see what they can offer you. Till next week, guys, it's Kev with MCrider, and I'll see you on the road.